got this moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Giving the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross.
Well, welcome to Young People Nation, where we are getting it done with the help of God in the community. Amen?
Thank you.
Yes, you said thank you. Ronald said thank you. Well, we are grateful. We always like to give thanks to God, our community, the supporters. Thank you all so much, because without you all, we could not do what God has called us to do, which is this podcast of Young People Nation.
Oh, sure.
Okay, but today we have Miss Charmaine Finch. I've had the pleasure of working with this gift from God for, Lord, how long it's been? About
almost 7, but maybe 5 for me and you. Almost 5 years.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this young lady has a heart to serve. She is with community engagement with SRP, Federal Credit Union, one of the best credit unions in the area.
There you go.
Okay. And where she has worked 7 years, and she is really engaged in the community. She has a financial backing since 2014. Single mom getting it done, guys. I'm gonna tell you, if you ever need her on a session about being a mom, she's a mother of one son, one daughter. She's getting it done. And her heart is to build people and bring people to financial security, independence, and wealth.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're thankful for you, Miss Charmaine. I'm thankful that God calls us to connect.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we've been talking about financial literacy, and I know that you're in the community. You're very present in that community. But in this session, we want to start with learning financial wisdom and what your beginning was, because everybody has a beginning. So you was a PK kid.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, watch out.
Morals and values were sown from your parents.
Yes.
Okay, talk about that a little bit with us.
Just, growing up in the church, I can't remember a day that I did not know to put God first in my life. It was just instilled in me from both of my parents to always put God first and to treat others the way that I wanted to be treated in return. Just treat people with kindness, care for others, and, just hold yourself to a standard.
Okay.
Your reputation is what creates your character. So, just walk in the light, basically. So that's pretty much how my childhood growing up, in a nutshell, I can say in a summary of what my parents instilled in me to walk with with morals and dignity and hold myself to a standard.
Now, I know when we were talking, you talked about your father was a very structured man.
Yeah.
And now you're the youngest, the only girl. So most of the time, that means that she's the princess.
Yes.
So God, through your father, taught you that you got to go get it. You got to get up and go get it.
Yes. Even though I was the only girl out of 3 boys and all of my brothers are older than me, he made sure to let me know that nothing in this world is given to me. If I want something, I have to work hard for it.
Yes.
If there's a goal that I want to reach, first of all, pray. Ask God if that aligns with, the will that he has for me, but also work toward it. You can't, like you said, faith without work is dead.
That's right.
So you can't just have the faith and not do the work. It's not going to be given to you. You have to show and prove that you are able to or equipped to hold on to what is given to you.
Yes.
So that you can continue to elevate.
Okay. I know my husband, and I say this on our podcast a lot. I'm the youngest of five, so I get it.
Mhm.
But my husband's the oldest of four. And so
And I didn't get it.
but at the end of the day, though, I can tell when I met him, he had a motion about himself. There was a goal, and even when we were dating, he said, "Okay, this is this." When it comes to me, and for me, I had to get my mind together because
Yeah.
I didn't know what some of what he dealt with was. You understand? But thank God for wisdom from parents.
Yeah.
Because my father was the same. You know, you need to have a plan and you need to stick with it. You need to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I like that structure. God first, get up and go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm going to say this, and I know you're going to chime in on this one, that, you know, you just can't pray and don't move and expect God to do all the work.
No. Mm-mm.
Chime. Yeah.
Say what, dear?
Chime.
Chop, chop.
Yep. All the
Okay.
way.
So your father teaching you the importance of finances and knowing. My father was like that too. When we were talking, I shared with you how I used to go grocery shopping with my dad, and I would watch him look at the different packs of toilet paper, and even though the one on sale, if you're not getting as many sheets in it, he would tell me, he said, that's not a sale. And I'd be standing there like, just get the toilet paper, Daddy. But he was teaching me in those moments that you need to pay attention to numbers and what is more beneficial. So talk about your journey with finances.
The same. I always thought like just having, bonding time and time with my dad. But I look back and I see that he was just getting me ready for the real world, like real life. Just going to the grocery store and seeing him like go to 3 different grocery stores and not getting everything at one store because he wanted to show me the value of money and show me what a sale really looks like. So if I wanted a bag of chips out of Walmart, he'd say, no, we're going to go over here to Bilo because that's buy one, get one free.
Okay,
So,
okay.
things like that to just kind of show me what a sale was. I was joking with my brother the other day. We were just reminiscing on my dad and we were just talking about how he would tell us, go put that bag, like go put that milk back, go put that milk back, because we're gonna go over here to this other store, we're gonna get that gallon of milk from over there.
Yes.
We just like, why are we going to 3 different stores just to grocery shop? But when we go into the store, we was just joking like we do that now. We'll go into the store and we can calculate up in our heads like how much money we're going to spend on groceries, and we got that from our father.
Wow.
My mother can go into the store and she'll with me and she'll say, how did you do that? You say you was not going to spend over $175 in groceries and you was at 172 and you're like, I knew I was going to do it. I was
Wow.
like, well, it's just because I'm calculating it up in my head. And then some things I can visualize in my refrigerator already. Like I already have that. And so she don't have that gift, or he didn't teach her how to do that. He taught us so that we could help her. I always joke like that. He I don't know if he knew that that's how fate was going to be, but we helped her in that way. And she's like, how y'all did that? Joke with us or whatever, and we just say, it's just in us.
Okay.
And, it was a pattern that he did it every Tuesday and Thursday. We went grocery shopping, all of us in our own, and we're all 6 years apart, so he had time with all of us. And going to the bank. Just going to the bank and, thinking we're just going to get a sucker or something, just because we went to the bank with him. But, I never would have thought in a million years that I would have been in finance. But I did enjoy time going with my dad to the bank and looking at him balance his checkbook and just looking over his account and things like that. And then I do that with my kids. I let them see, my account, and I let them see me, making sure that, something didn't get by me, like auto pay or something that didn't get by me that I forgot about. So I'm on the same page as what, the bank statements are saying. So those things just follow me. They are inside of me, and I just, I'm teaching it to my children too.
Generational,
Yeah,
like,
generational.
wisdom.
Yes. So that was the start of him helping me learn how to be financially, just teaching me financial literacy without him even knowing.
Wow.
Yeah, that he was teaching me those things.
Now, in our relationship, he's the saver, actually, because we grew up different. You understand? But even though I work in finances, now he passed that on to our younger daughter, George. He's not stingy at all. He's actually a giver. And I'm watching for anybody that's listening to this podcast, because I am watching. But he's a giver, actually. But how did you come up with your method of saving? Because I look up, he got money.
Yeah.
That's like he tried to surprise
Don't tell
me.
everybody. Hold it.
Right.
Don't
Well,
tell everybody.
God got us, but at the end of the day, that's why I paused. I was like, wait a minute. But what I want to share is that's like one time he was surprising me. I didn't know he had saved that, and he did that, and I was like, wow, So you want to share a little bit and be nice.
I mean, be nice. Let's tell the truth. That's all. It's the difference between tell the truth and kind of make stuff up. But you tell the truth.
That's right.
Stand by itself.
Yes.
That's why I'm never ashamed of telling the truth.
That's
no
right.
matter how strenuous it can get. Well, growing up and coming to the anxiety of coming to the checkout counter and flip a coin, are we gonna make it through or not? Because bad finances make a bad relationship and bad marriage, bad family relationships. You can't eat what you want to eat. You have to eat things over and over again, and it makes you like, why can't I have a second leg of chicken? You got a special one you eat, and that's it, and you ain't getting nothing else. And I was a fat kid. So
he won't starve it too much, right?
No, cause
your grandma.
I went over to my grandma's house and ate, and I went back home and ate. So my fatness was well supported. But the stress of bad finances is horrible because it creates a void of I want, and a lot of times when you want, you try to get it by any means necessary. And a parent teaching their kids how to be wise with money is priceless. Priceless, because the first thing you want to buy is something that's expensive, loud, and cheap, because they don't make things with quality anymore, and you'll wind up breaking it or losing it within 2 weeks, and then you got nothing, and you start over.
Okay, so you kind of self-taught, am I correct?
Self-taught, because it was no guideline. It was rough. It was no guideline. Every now and then you catch some nuggets that you saw on a story or some example. I ain't had many examples of people that had money, but I know my grandfather. He was very not tight with money, but he was very well endowed with money. Even though he didn't finish school, and with that, I saw the examples of having your own money and not asking other people for this or borrow this or get on that plan, this plan, and it would be 80% interest in what you give out. It's horrible.
Okay. Yeah, because that was a lot of land he had. I remember first meeting you, and I saw that land, it just kept going.
Yeah, 40 acres in a mule.
It was land. It was broad. So that took some discipline to even do that.
Oh yeah, farm it and get the wealth from it, and also his other job he was working. So it was no laziness around there.
Yes, but that's going back to you. That's where generations have to teach each next generation about the importance of doing this.
It makes it easier. And you are able to adopt the times of what's going on.
Yes.
Because everything you want, everything that I see, you don't need to get.
You got that right.
That's true.
Yes, I've learned that one. Because it's like, you don't need that, Donna. You don't need another purse. Now, you don't need that. That might be on sale, but that may not be what you need to do.
Yeah.
And so it's financial stability takes discipline.
Yes, it is.
And so now you talked about your father, and your father transitioned when you were younger. And our condolences and the power of his final words to you. You want to share that?
Yes. He spoke with all of us individually, but I'll never forget him. Some of his final words to me was saying that him and my mom, they really did, try the best that they could. They did everything that they could for me to make sure that I had more than what they had growing up. With each child, they got better. And not just with me being the only girl, and the youngest, but just letting me know, like, we really did try our best with you. And we want you to know that. I want you to know that in his last words on his dying bed. Like, I want you to know that, if you want something, you're going to have to continue to, go on the right path. You can't be distracted. You're going to make some bad decisions. We all do. We're human. But in those bad decisions, in those times of you kind of getting off the path that God has paid for you, just remember that, what was taught, what was instilled in you, what we, how we raised you, so that you can continue going forward. So you can continue going forward for the path that God has, designed for you to be on. Ask him to continue to order your steps. And that just always resonated with me. Like, yeah, I know that you guys did the best that you could, and I'm going to do my best to carry on that legacy.
Okay. And everybody has a beginning, and everybody's beginning is different. You understand? It's like me and my husband, our beginnings were different. However, we've been able to come together in the 40 plus years of being married to we've made some not good decisions. However, okay, get back up. Just don't do that no more. Don't keep going. Don't keep pedaling backwards. Move forward.
Right. Because I know that he knew that, I was pregnant with my son. So for him to say those things to me were kind of just letting me know, I know, but don't let this get you off course. Just keep going forward and remember those things that we taught you, because we've done our best.
And that's powerful. And your dad is still speaking to you, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that wisdom is still speaking. I often hear both my parents, that wisdom still speaks, because I'll get to doing something. It's like, no, ma'am, and I'm just grateful for those times I had with both my parents as well. Yes, sir. Were you gonna say something? You just grinning?
Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the times also, but not the speaking.
Not the what?
Not the speaking.
Not the what?
Not the speaking. Hear the parents speaking.
Oh, okay.
Part with the wisdom that was spoken.
Your journey was way different.
Yeah.
It was. But look at you today. To God be the glory. You have superseded, I'm sure, what you look nothing from where you shared with me where you came from.
Well, even though squirrel get a nut every now and then, though.
You know what? Oh God. But that's the beauty of our relationship, because he'll find a joke in it.
Something to make you laugh.
Yes, he does. And so those are areas you have to learn to relax. Okay, well, Ms. Charmaine, what wisdom would you leave with the audience before we end?
Don't let anything that you've done in your past deter you from your future. Even if you don't have parents like mine who put those gems in your head to always, get back on track. You may have a mentor. You may be your own mentor. Like you said, you were self-taught. Some people self-teach themselves on how to get to a successful future. So I would just say, don't let anything or anybody take you off your course. from where you want to be. You know, have the faith and put the work behind it.
All right.
Ooh.
And thank you so much. And we're going to be talking about financial literacy in these next 3 sessions after this one, so you don't want to miss it. And she definitely walks and talks what she's about to be saying on these platforms, okay? So we thank you so much. And we never know who is listening, because financial hardships can cause mental challenges. And it's like what my husband said, sometimes desperation calls you to do things that you generally don't want to do. But we would like to give out mental health hotline resources. There's a 988 hotline. There's a text 741-741. That's free 24/7. There's a National Alliance on Mental Illness, and you can go to their website and reach out to the state that you live in. Also, there is the community resource number of 211. And please do not suffer in silence. There's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 800-273-8255. Mr. Perry.
Well, in life, we always have bridges to cross. And being a parent, the most important bridge that you can pass on to your kids is financial. Make sure they're stable. This has been Young People Nation, and remember, there's always hope.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the #1 prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by his love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.